to walk, having a good time. So, with that, obviously we need this bye week. It's been a long grind to this point. Our guys have persevered. We've battled, and now it's midterm time. Time to go win this week academically, and then obviously get ready for a great opponent here a couple weeks from now on the road. So, with that, Howard, some questions, please.
Pat, I don't think we've seen tackling like this since guys like Fitzgerald and Darrigo played here. Can you talk a little bit about Wabisi today?
Yeah, David was all over the place. Don't insult his athleticism by mentioning my name. All right, I mean that's an insult to the young man. But David's he's one of our senior leaders that is just playing the best football of his life. He's doing it because he's preparing the right way. He spends countless hours in the film room. Remind you that's on his own, voluntarily, on top of the 20 hours that the NCAA allows us to be with him. And he does that because of his love of his teammates and the love of this program. He's been a very consistent player for us this year and playing very, very well. I think that whole group, him, Damian, and Chichi are playing very solid right now for us.
Fitz, if I have this right, I think Trevor was only under center for one play. Talking about having Kane as sort of the guy for almost the entire game.
Yeah, as we went back and we kind of evaluated some of the things that we were doing very well and some of the things that we obviously struggled with a little bit, we felt like if we could control the line of scrimmage today, we'd give ourselves a great opportunity to win the game. And some of the things that we, obviously have done well, have had Kane there at quarterback, and so we made some decisions to kind of focus on that. And, for the most part, it worked out pretty efficiently today.
And do you think that's what you do going forward, or just depend on the game?
I don't know. The answer is we're going to do everything we can to win. That's the answer to the question, but I'm not going to tell Brady anything. So I play Zach Oliver against Michigan. I don't know. The game plan will dictate what we're going to do and what we see, Teddy, but as far as what we're going to do and what I'm going to say, I'm going to tell you nothing and smile.
Coach, you mentioned midterms for one thing, and I'm wondering what kind of team grade you would give the Bobcats at this point, and especially going into this bye week.
Yeah, well, a week ago we were in the driver's seat of where we want to go, and that's Indianapolis, and we've put ourselves in the back seat. And I think with the win today, we've moved back up in the front seat. We're not driving it. I think the kids said we're riding shotgun or something like that. But we're back up in that seat now. As I addressed them, and you'll hear me say it again in my press conference on Monday a couple of weeks from now. They forget what you do in September and October, and you guys remember what we do in November. And that's where we're at. We talked about starting this month with no excuses. We make no excuses for our player, for our coaching. We could have been better. But we put ourselves in position now to be in the postseason. We put ourselves in position to have a significant November. And the credit goes to our staff, and especially, most importantly, to our young men. They've battled, they've persevered. It's just amazing. When we win, it's like, hey, we found a way to win. When we lose, it's like the sky's falling. It's all I read, it's all I see, and it's all our kids see. And we've had great fan support, and they've done a great job of not listening to the negative. We're a 7-win football team right now, and I'd like everyone not to forget that. That would be great. And the credit goes to the kids.
Coach, if you could just give us a little insight to the game plan for this week's game. Were you planning on not throwing the ball as Little did say? Or
Yes.
see something?
Told you I'd smile, right? I smiled. I'm not going to give you trade secrets, so I'm sorry. I hate to tell that to you.
In the fourth quarter,
Yes.
when you guys had a 28-10 lead,
Yep.
they started to get a little momentum. Any message that you sent to the players or the coaches on the sidelines in light of what's happened the last couple of weeks?
We just talked about doing what we do. Let's go out and execute and do what we do. And I thought that's the big thing. I hate to break it to you, but we don't look like deep into all these things and the psychological aspects. And, oh my gosh, it's the same way it was 2 weeks ago. What are we going to do now? It's not what you do. You focus on what's working. You focus on the issues that you have. You correct them. And you just remind the guys just to keep doing what we're doing, to trust themselves and trust what we're asking them to do. I think when you start to overanalyze things is when you get into a problem. We're not very good when we overanalyze. We're not very good at all. you know, and that's my job as a coach, is to make sure that we don't do that as a staff and that we don't do that with our young men. And again, I thought the guys played pretty well. If we don't turn the ball over in the red zone, we put that game away with 10 minutes left. And it's disappointing that we did that. We can't have that happen.
Coach Denrick almost had a 99-yard run for a touchdown that caught from behind. You ever seen him get caught from behind before, and how surprising is that to see?
Well, you know, like I said, I think on Monday this week, I'm really excited. I think Micah caught him. Yeah, I'm excited that Micah's graduating. He's been a great player for him. You know, and I think he made some money today running Vendrick down. He's a great player. Has a great run, great scheme, great blocking, point of attack. And I'm going to lobby President Shapiro to put a jumbotron. So if Vendrick could have seen himself running like Jeremy did in Lincoln last year, remember Jeremy made a little turn as the guy was coming to get him. You know, he didn't know the guy was behind him. So let's get to work on that, Jim. We need to get a new jumbotron across the south side so V can see who's coming behind him. But he made a great decision. He felt some contact and he covered the ball up. You know, if he was a selfish guy, he would have tried to fight for some more yards. So it was a great job by V.
It's the beginning of the third quarter. Block punt really seemed to solidify your advantage in the game. Was that a planned block, or was it just rush it through an open?
You know, I think I've gone after Iowa for either as the head coach or as a special teams coach for 13 years, and I think we've been 0 for 12. So, law of averages, 1 out of 13. You know, I mean, we're just fortunate. You know, we're just fortunate. Tyrus going and making a great play. Great job by Dennis Springer, scheming some things up a little bit. And, you know, great job by them.
Pat, describe Kane Coulter to those of us. The guy's a quarterback, but carried the ball 26 times, I think, and he, threw all the passes except for one, and didn't catch one today. But
yeah, no, it's great to see Rick, by the way. Well, number one, he's dynamic. You know, he's an explosive athlete that can do a lot of things and do them well. I think every time he touches the football, he's got a chance to make a big play happen. I also think he's understanding how tough it is to play the Big Ten grind. And he's got to play smart. He's got to get himself down, avoid some contact. And I thought of any game this year, he did that very well here today.
so you like it when he slides? I mean, rather than just trying to fight through stuff.
Well, you know, if I were to look back at the track record of our quarterbacks here since I've been a head coach, this was a big game to kind of get over. Mm-hmm. You know, it just seems like kind of the ninth game or the game against Iowa, we always have something go awry with our quarterback situation. So going back to overanalyzing everything, I'm happy that we got through it unscathed. But again, I just think he's mature and he knows he can't make every play for a touchdown. And to be able to take some hits off his body, you know, in the long run, especially here as we get to the November grind when we play 2 great football teams on the road and come home and play our rival on Senior Day. I mean, he's going to need every ounce of everything he's got inside of him athletically to help us find a way to win.
You guys were very effective on third down today, going 8 out of 11. What does Kane Coulter kind of bring on the third down? He's kind of a triple threat. I mean, he can hand off, he can pass, he can also run. You can talk about that.
Yeah, you know, I thought he made some really good decisions today. There were some things that were either pushed up in his face or they were covered. Instead of forcing the ball today, I thought he made some really good decisions and saw some green grass and was able to take advantage of it. Yeah, I've got great confidence in both of our quarterbacks. I think we can win with both. I believe that both young men have helped us get to where we're at today. But right now, you know, especially after today, it just seems like Kane's playing at such a high level that you know, it gives us a great feeling going to the bye and moving forward for the rest of the year.
Coach, after today, more sacks now through this season than all of last year. What's been the key to the defensive line play and the pass rush improving so much this year?
Yeah, you know, I really think it has a lot to do with the way that the young men are playing with tremendous effort. It seemed like we were having a party in the backfield all day today. It seems like we were on James quite a bit, and you know, that's what the guys talk about. You know, there's a party at the quarterback and everyone's invited. So, you know, that group is really, and Marty Long's done a terrific job. That group's got terrific chemistry right now. That defensive line has got terrific chemistry. You know, the senior leaders and Quentin Williams and Brian Arnfelt are doing a terrific job leading that group. And it's a young group. I mean, I've just mentioned 2 seniors that are playing, that's it. And so the rest are all young guys, and, you know, it's really encouraging to see the growth in that group. And, you know, we're got some guys coming in the wings, too. You know, and we're excited about where that group is headed here for the future. They're going to see a completely different challenge here a couple of weeks from now when we see Denard.
Coach, can you kind of talk about the pound? It seemed like in the beginning of the year you guys we're doing a good job of playing some team football. I know the last couple of weeks, you guys have been picking up some costly penalties. What can you guys do over the bye week to kind of fix that and get back to playing some more clean football?
Yeah, I'm not gonna overanalyze that. I mean, the PI call was a bang call. You know, I'd rather have that happen than the guy catch the ball. You know, the holding call, that's a penalty of aggression. I thought we had pretty good superior hands, and, you know, things happen, you know, with that. The offsides call is a judgment call. I mean, you know, I can keep going through each call. I'm not upset with any of the calls today from our guys. I'm not upset at all with the officials. I thought our guys played aggressive. Sometimes you're going to have some penalties of aggression. You know, a week ago, maybe a little bit different. Maybe we tried to press too much and try to make too many things. You know, I think I said it at the post game here when I was with you guys. You know, we had plenty of nickels a week ago. We just didn't take the nickels. You know, and had the nickels add up to $1. You know, today we were willing to take the things that defense gave us, and it was helped us be successful.
If you can actually watch the Michigan Nebraska game play.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm having a great time. This is the first. I don't know when the last time I had a chance to go home and be a dad. So I'm pretty fired up about it. You know, I got 3 little rascals that are stoked. I think got a beautiful little niece and nephew that are coming over. We're gonna have a good time. It's homecoming, right? So I'm gonna have a good time.
Anyone else? Thanks, Coach.
Great. Thanks everybody for being here and for your